lot of the times we hold on to things that we know is not serving us. We know that if we were just to release that thing, if we were to just let go of that thing, we would feel so much better. We would feel so much lighter. We would feel so much more content. But for some reason, we still cling on. This is how the mind works. The nature of the mind is to cling on to things, even though we know deep in our hearts that we're going to feel better once we release that thing. And so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to let go of anything that's not serving you, even if you feel like it's something that you need to cling on to, but at the same time, you feel like you have to let it go, and how to let that thing go and step up into the person that you know you can be if you finally release that thing that you are holding on to right now, which could be anything. Could be a friend, could be a relationship, could even be an emotion. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So the first thing you can do to let go of anything that's not serving you is to remember that you are going to feel so much lighter when you finally release that thing that you might be holding on to. Because the letting go process is not actually scary. Actually letting go of something is extremely peaceful. But what's scary is the buildup, is all the resistance, all that stuff in our minds that we're clinging on to. That's what actually makes it hard. When you finally let go, it's not going to be hard anymore. It's going to be a lot lighter. You're going to feel a lot more content. You're going to feel a lot more connected to who you truly are. And the thing is, you're also going to become an open container to receive many things in your life that you otherwise would not have been an open container to receive had you been weighed down by the baggage that you were holding on to before. Because when you finally release that thing that you're holding on to into the universe, you literally become an open container. For me, I was holding on to being in school, doing something that I hated for the longest time. I finally let go of that thing and I felt so much lighter. I remember signing the papers, just signing the papers and letting go of being in school, letting go of being attached to this place, to this environment, to this whole thing that I was committed to, that I knew I had to not be committed to anymore. I had to just release it. And when I did, I felt so much lighter. Just signing those papers, I remember how much lighter I actually felt. I remember feeling so much lighter, and all I had to do was just let go. And so for you, it could be anything. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship. It's like you think you have to hold on to this thing, but you know you're going to feel better afterwards. And you might have and this is how it works, you might have an idea in your mind that it's going to be harder afterwards, but it's really not. It's only going to be as hard as your mind actually makes it. Energetically, you're going to feel so much better, and the universe will bring you opportunities to then fill that container that you've become. You're going to be able to receive so much more, and you're going to feel so much lighter when you finally let go of that thing. Okay, so the second thing you can do to let go of anything that's not serving you is to be aware that how you feel is really important to be aware of. Be aware of that, and be aware of how you feel when you're actually holding on to that thing. Like, how do you feel holding on right now to whatever it is that you might be holding on to? Whether it's a career, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's an emotion. Because I understand that there's part of us that wants to just cling on, and I get that. And I've been there, and there's a lot of things in my life that I'm clinging on to right now too, because that's the nature of how our mind works, and that's the nature of the ego. But what I want to ask you is, how do you feel holding on to that thing? How do you actually feel? How do you feel holding on to whatever it is that you're holding on to. Because when you become conscious of that, maybe there's sometimes people hold on to toxic relationships, but they're not truly conscious of how that relationship is actually affecting them. They're not actually 100% conscious of it. Because if we were truly conscious of how we felt, if we truly had the awareness and the consciousness to be aware of how we feel, my claim, which is a really, really bold claim, is that we would have already let go of that thing a very long time ago. We only hold on to things because we're not conscious of how much pain that thing is actually causing us. That's a bold claim to make. But my question to you is, if you were truly conscious of how much something was causing you pain, would you still hold on? Would you still be holding on to something that you know is lowering your state of being? Truly, you truly knew, not just logically, but you truly felt into it. If you truly felt into the fact that something's lowering your state of being, it's causing you pain, it's destroying your life, would you still hold on? My claim is that if there was consciousness of that, we would have already let go of that thing a long time ago. Excuse me, by the way. My claim is that we only hold on to things because we think that it's still serving us. We still have that belief in our minds. But if we truly tap into the energy of the situation, we know, that we would have already let it go. We would have already let it go. If we truly tap into that energy, we'll let it go right there on the spot. When you truly become conscious of how something is causing you a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, you will actually let it go. So be aware, be conscious, be fully in the moment, be fully connected to how you feel. And even though it might be a little bit painful, that might be the realization that you need to say, wait a second, I am going to let go of this thing right now because I'm not going to tolerate this in my life anymore. I'm going to release this and I'm going to let go of this because it's just not something that somebody that loves themselves would actually do to themselves. So the third thing you can do to let go of anything that's not serving you is remember that this one's big. When I realized this, I was absolutely shocked because I realized that the third thing you can do to let go of anything that's not serving you is to remember that the actual letting go is not scary, but the thought in your mind and the story that we construct in our minds around how scary it's going to be to let go, that is definitely extremely scary. That's scary. The thought of letting go, the story around letting go, the build up to that whole that entire build up, that entire story, that's scary for sure. But then when you actually let go, the actual experience of of letting go, once again, is that scary? Is actually letting go scary? Is actually letting go scary, or is the thought of letting go what's actually scary? My claim to you, no matter how hard you think it is to let go, letting go is peace. It's truly going to be one of the most peaceful things. I remember there's so many moments in my life where I was building up this entire story around how difficult it's going to be to let go, right? How hard it's going to be to let go, how difficult it's going to be to have that conversation or to sign the papers to drop out of school, which was one of the examples that I gave, or to do whatever. And then I finally did that thing. I finally had that conversation. I finally just let go of what it is that wasn't serving me. And it was not at all how I constructed it in my mind. That whole story that I built up in my mind was nothing more than that, a story that I constructed that made the process way more difficult than it had to be, when the actual letting go literally was not scary. It's the resistance that you're holding on to And that you're going to be scared until that moment that you let go. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to be like, what's scary is like that process to letting go. It's like you're going to have this story. It's like that resistance. Yeah, you're going to be scared until that very moment that you let go. But my claim to you is that when you finally let go, you will not be scared anymore. You will be in peace. You will feel content. You will feel more at peace than you've ever felt in your life. And so there's this idea in our minds that it's going to be scary to let go. We have this control. We have this ego that wants to attach and cling, and it thinks that, oh my gosh, it's going to be so scary to let go. It's like, no. What was scary was the story leading up to that point where you finally let go and release that thing into the universe, and then you become the person that you're truly meant to be. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. And as always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.